Hey, what's up you guys? The Dark Knight are back with another video review, and today we're going to take a look at the DC Multiverse Deluxe Theatrical Edition Superman movie, Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you guys if you feel so inclined to please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel and it's absolutely free. Taking a look at the packaging over here, it's pretty much the exact same thing we've seen with the rest of the Deluxe Theatrical Edition figures, starting out with this Superman lineup. But yeah, you got DC Multiverse there, Superman, Lex Luthor, Baby Kaiju, Deluxe Theatrical Edition on the side over here, and you got a nice big insert package over there. I think that's of the Fortress of Solitude. The Lex Luthor art card is in there along with the base. I don't like pulling those out just because they're attached to that sort of like backdrop in there, so when you pull it out it ends up tearing that up. So I like to keep the packaging in good condition, so we'll just be taking a look at the figure. At this side over here, you get the Multiverse continuing along, Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju, Superman, along with DC Multiverse at the top. The other side, you got a nice big text of Superman over here with Superman within the lettering. That's pretty cool. DC Studios, Superman at the bottom. At the top, you got the Wonderbox continuing along, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys. The bottom, you got a bunch of legalese with the UPC code there, so if you're looking for the figure, that's it right there. Then back over here, you got a nice big concept art image of Lex Luthor and the Baby Kaiju. Lex Luthor, Baby Kaiju, McFarlane Toys socials. Take a look at this figure over here. I mean, what can I say? Lex Luthor. I'm excited to see a new version of Lex Luthor over here, and you know, I trust James Gunn. Everything that I've seen within the trailers looks really good, and I think that the actor who plays as Nicholas Hoult is going to completely knock it out of the park. Because from what I can tell, you know, Lex is supposed to be a sort of like parallel to Superman in the sense that he is human. He searches for perfection. He, you know, takes pride in what he does. But then when he sees Superman come along and, you know, kind of like a cheater at everything in life, he despises him and he seeks to destroy him. So I'm really excited to see how he's going to orchestrate everything behind the scenes in this movie. And I'm glad that we got him in action figure form. That's absolutely amazing. Other than Baby Kaiju, to the right of him there, you can see it does come with 2 extra heads and 2 extra hands. So we can see in the first one over here, they just have a pretty neutral, sort of badass looking face. Then this head over here, he's smiling a little bit. He's a little bit cocky. And then with this head over here, he's a little more determined. And I think this is my favorite head. This is the one that I picture Lex Luthor the most with. And he does come with 2 extra hands. So as part of it, he's got 1 fisted hand on the right hand. He's got 1 open hand on the left hand, and then 2 gripping hands for both hands. Here's a look at Baby Kaiju, and I must say this guy is freaking adorable. This is one of the things I think is going to really hit with James Gunn directing this film, is all the little cute characters he's going to do. So you obviously got Crypto, you got Baby Kaiju, you got Baby Joey, who's another one that got leaked from the McFarlane line, but at least here, yeah, it's pretty neat looking little guy. I don't really know how they're going to use him in the film. I suppose that he would, you know, kind of become larger in size and become the big kaiju that we've seen. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty cool. It's a nice little figure. Take a look at Luthor himself over here. I do think they did a pretty good job on this figure. In likeness over here looks pretty good. I do think that it matches the actor, and as I said, this one is the one where he's a little bit more determined looking in the face, and yeah, it looks good. You could do it as the Nicholas Hoult, or you could do it as a regular Lex. Literally works both ways. One thing I do want to note with these, at least with this specific head here where he's a little bit more determined looking, there's no line, but when you look at this head over here, there's a big line there, and I guess it's a bit harder to do, you know, the bald-headed guys, but that's not it's not very pleasant there. So this will be my favorite head over here because it does not have the line, or at least it's not as apparent as the other two. But yeah, one thing to note over there. Otherwise, just plain bald head. But for the suit over here, looks pretty plain as well too. He's got a nice purple suit, very Lex Luthor-esque. And I think this looks pretty good. It looks a little bit more bulky than he does in the movie, but I mean, I'm not complaining too much. It's an action figure. What else are you gonna expect? But yeah, the sculpting and detail over here is pretty good. Very, very plain look as it is an all purple suit. Going in with the pants over here, it's got all the nice lines going throughout. So, you know, it's still very nicely done for as minimal as a look, because it's basically just a guy in a suit. So nothing really too much going on. But you can see the shoes over there, and then 2 peg holes. One thing I did want to note with this fist over here is that you can see that he's got a little ring piece that hasn't been painted. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. And just to check, like the other hand over here too, it is pretty consistent as this other right hand also has it. So yeah, a little QC error there. I don't know if that's going to be on your figure as well too, but just something I'm noticing. Now, articulation is a whole other story. It is not the greatest, and it's mainly when it comes to the torso, as it's kind of has a similar situation with the Mr. Terrific. It is all hollow, so it's just one big rounded joint where he's moving like that. So not too pleasing, but it also does give the capability of not breaking up the sculpt, so that's at least good. Anyway, with the head over here, he can look up pretty good. He can look down, he can look side to side. There's a good amount of pivot in there. What I will say with these head sculpts over here, specifically on this one, is that it likes to really make a gappage at the back. So you just got to get the right pose down with the head, and where, you know, you got no lines in there, or no holes at least. But arms over here, it can go up around that much, and because this torso piece is all like one rubberized piece, it doesn't really hinder, and you can move up, down, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which go on about there, and to move it back down. Oh, these joints are really stiff. Okay, there we go. And then you got some hand swivel over here, along with a hinge that you can move around, so that's pretty good. I would have wanted to see that joint in there maybe done the skin color as well too, just so that would match a little bit better. But anyway, little gripe. And then yeah, obviously with the torso, can move all the way around. I think there's just the one big joint in there. You can kick forward about that much. He can kick back, and on an angle, he can do the splits pretty decent, you know, with a guy within a suit. That's pretty good. And then he's got double knee joint in there, which can go in about that far. And he's got some ankle articulation, which is down. It's kind of, it wants to go, okay, it goes down one joint, but I think that the pants over here kind of hinder it a little bit, and then it doesn't really go up much because of the hindering, but can do a bit of a pivot. And he's got the toe hinge there. As for comparison, I have Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju compared to the rest of the figures I've reviewed from this wave. And yeah, if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. I do think that he scales pretty decent with them. I think David Cornsweet's supposed to be slightly taller, so the one that matters over here between him and Superman, I think it's fine, honestly. Like, it's okay for action figure form. And then to look over here is a little sneak peek. I have this one coming along next, Ultraman, so stay tuned for that. But you want to see his comparison there, that's how he stands next to all of them. But yeah, if you want to compare this figure to some figures they have at home, you can see over here that it stand at about 7 inches tall. All right, so final thoughts on this Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju figure. I am personally a fan of this. I do really like Lex Luthor, so I'm glad that we're getting him in action figure form for the movie. You know, the sculpting on it is pretty nice. It's just a regular suited body at the end of the day, though, and I'm pretty sure it's all brand new sculpt. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of the whole hollow sort of torso, but, you know, it doesn't break up the sculpt, so that's at least a plus. I think scaling is okay. Articulation is okay. There is limited in some areas. And then the accessories, they're good, but I don't know if it's worth the deluxe price point. It is nice to get in the Baby Kaiju. I maybe would have wanted a few extra hands. And I think that the whole facial expressions that you have to choose from is okay. I don't know. I just feel like it's pretty bare bones in the sense that it's just a guy in a suited body. There's nothing really too special going on with it in comparison to other figures from this wave. But, you know, if you love Lex Luthor and you're excited to see Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor in this movie, I think that, you know, you should pick this up. So for the price point of around $35 US and $40 Canadian, that's what I got this figure for. I think this figure is deserving of a 6 out of 10. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited to see Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie and Nicholas Hoult's portrayal of him? And as every YouTuber begs you to do, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.